Well, good evening, everyone. It's Teresa Crane with Jeremiah Dreams. How are you guys? Woo-wee, it has been a Wednesday. I am tuckered out. Do y'all ever get tuckered out? Well, I'm tuckered out, and I'm going to unwind with my friends for a little while, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to hang with y'all because my eyes, y'all, the allergy thing is just killing me right now. And so right now my eyes feel like they have sand in them. And I haven't been home very long. I was going to put some allergy drops in them and see if that helped them calm down a little bit, but there just has not been time. Hey, Donna, how are you? And Janice, how are you, girl? It's so good to see you too. I'm so glad y'all are here. Y'all always make my day. Y'all just make me smile and just no matter what kind of day it's been. Hey, Christine. I just know y'all make me feel better. I just love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Hey, Rhonda. How are you? It's just so good. Y'all, I've got my lemonade right here. Do you have your lemonade or tea? Tea's a good southern drink. So, hi Shar, how are you, my friend? Are you doing good today? I hope you're doing better. So, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I've been thinking about this little project where we are. So, let me go ahead and show you. I feel like I need to make some adjustments. And let me get my little camera in the right place. There we go. Because I was thinking about this and I need to increase the size of the store a little bit. So let's just start there. I've got my red saved. Let me get this going here. So I'm going to, let's see. I love using this size flat brush. It's not super wide. It's not, hey, Teresa. Hey, Ann. How are you girls? It's just a nice size. And I'm going to get a little bit of water on my brush and get some of this pretty brown red. And I just want to make some adjustments here. I feel like this just needs to be a little bit taller. And y'all, I've got a lot of water on my brush. Let me get some of that off. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit taller, a little bit larger shape. I was just thinking about this. And so this is a great lesson on how to make corrections when you're painting. And I'm even going to begin right here and just bring this straight up, and we're going to increase the door facing and all the things. It just didn't seem like it was in a right perspective to suit me. But we're going to make this right, and you're not going to be able to tell the difference. You're going to be like, that was not correct to begin with. I hope anyway. That's my goal. So I hope everybody's had a good Wednesday. I've had a busy day. I have had a day where I have felt like I have just been going 90 to nothing. And some days are just like that, aren't they? Now, I'm going to have to dry this a little bit in between to get a really good coat on it. Yes, ma'am, Miss Ann, I sure did. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Rhonda. Y'all remember. So as you join, and if you do the S word, say painting blessings from and tell me where you're watching from. And at the end of the month, I am going to be, let's see, how do I want to say this? I thought of something this morning and now it's escaped me. But I want to send Happy Mail to a couple of people. And that's how we're going to figure this out. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and paint over this door facing right here. I just feel like it just needs to be squared up. Y'all know how I am. I got to see where the paint takes me. I was talking to a lady at a local boutique today. We were talking about art. And I was telling her, I just never know how something's going to look until I get in it and just see what the paint has to say about the matter. So, and I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on what I've already done just to help with making this a seamless transition between what was already done and what I want to do. I feel like that's just a little bit better proportion. And you know, a lot of these churches had big doorways anyway. So, hi, Deb and Rachel. I am so glad to see you guys. Yes, I'm feeling this is going to be a much better fit. And we're about got it. I just need to touch up a couple of little places. And I want to go ahead and lay in some windows on this little thing. This morning we were talking about growing up with small country churches. I certainly did. And these little country churches, to me, are just kind of the grassroots of our country. That's where the gatherings were. That's where the picnics were. You know, family. They're just such a foundation in our country. And I'm just got a special little place in my heart for them. This kind of reminds me of the church that I grew up in. In fact, this one's probably a little nicer than the one I grew up in. The one I grew up in, it was a small white building, and they had the neatest names. Do you remember that? Like the one I grew up in is Trace Creek, and some of these other little country churches just have some really neat names. And it's a lot of times it's based on their location, you know. All right, I'm just smoothing it. I'm liking this better, y'all. All right, I'm just going to let that sit. Now, one thing I want to do. So this morning I was using this blue pencil just to kind of help me with the guides on the siding and stuff. So I want to use this same blue pencil, and I'm just going to kind of sketch out some windows, and I want my windows to mimic what this doorway is doing, but not be quite the same. So I have a picture. I'm trying to determine how far from the ground, how far up this is. So I'm going to start like right about here, and I'm just going to put in a light pencil. And the nice thing about using a very light pencil, you're going to have a hard time seeing this on camera. Hey, Teresa. You do. Well, I wonder who it is. I grew up at that church. My family, goodness gracious, been there forever, forever. I'm just going to kind of sketch in these windows. And y'all, I told you the reason I'm doing this chapel series is because I need to improve my skills. So I may not achieve it with this first one. Little disclaimer there. But practice makes perfect is my motto. And I'm just feeling a couple. This is a little country church. You know, they were back in the day used for school and not just for worship services. Sometimes they didn't even meet every week way back in the day. They had circuit preachers and I don't know, just a neat aspect of our country's history, isn't it? So I'm just sketching in these windows. In fact, I think I'm going to make this one just a little bit wider. Okay, now that I've kind of got that sketched in, and you can kind of see. Oh, I know a Alicia. Oh, Teresa, I haven't decided. I haven't decided. Well, I will keep that in mind, okay? It's probably going to depend on how it turns out. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. All right. If I don't sell the original, I will for sure have prints for sale. We will just see how it all goes because I don't entirely know just yet. All right, let's see here. I've got to think about this. I want to begin laying in these windows, and maybe I should use the dark gray. That might be a really good place to start since we've got the gray. I probably need to also work on this facing right here. Let me just start there since I'm a little undecided on these windows. So I'm just going to get my nice little round brush wet and get some paint loaded on it and get a good point going. And I'm just going to imitate what I had before with the door facing. And this is probably going to change some. This is probably not entirely how it is before it's all said and done. I just love the pop of red on this door. I've been thinking about painting my front door. My house has white siding, and I've thought often about painting my front door, but I just don't really know what color I want to paint it. Do you guys have your front doors painted, or what's your color scheme for the fronts of your homes? She sure is, Teresa. Okay, I'm just going to lay in these little places that, and the reason why this is not going on as smooth is because I already had some lines there from this morning for the siding. And so they're creating some ridges that are just not wanting the paint, not allowing the paint to just immediately take to it. Because this was an afterthought on, I wanted to change the shape of the door. But see, when you start a painting, just because you put some paint down doesn't mean you're stuck. That's something I would love for y'all to remember from this. You're never stuck. So tell me, what did y'all do today? What's going on with my friends? Okay, I feel better about that. Brick and white. You're in an apartment. Anne has a red door. Hi, Rena. Don't do red, okay, she says. Oh, Rhonda, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to use this dark gray, and I'm going to start. I just want to do mainly an outline because, y'all, I want to do some stained glass. Won't that be pretty? Just trying to get this little archway at the top, this roundness a little bit more symmetrical. Okay. Get my brush wet again. The church I go to now is a very old church. It's beautiful, y'all. The architecture inside is just amazing. But we are getting ready to go through a remodel, and it's time. It is time. And the architects are being very tasteful in how they're going to do it. Of course, it's been through a lot of hands, a lot of approvals. Going through something like that as a church body is never easy, but it's going to be beautiful, and I'm so excited. But it's going to be done in a way that's going to preserve the architecture, and that's something that all of us as a church body, we do not want to see us lose that element of our church because it is so beautiful. But sometimes you're just at a point where it's just time to do some upkeep and some things that are going to help you move forward in the future, but also preserve where you came from. Okay, so there's the beginning of the windows. Let me turn this around so you can kind of see. I think it always helps if you can see it the right way. There we go. She holds a special place in your family. God had her in just the right place at the right time. Oh, that's so sweet. Teresa, is today your birthday? Well, happy birthday. Oh, how fun. Happy birthday. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Today is your day. Okay. Now, I want to start laying in some color for these stained glass panes. And I have a vision in my mind. I don't necessarily want the stained glass to have a picture in it. I know I did that with the chapel buffet I did. And I did that sort of with the springtime chapel that I just did not long ago. This time, I remember, y'all, I remember growing up in my old church, and this was not the white church, but the next one. We had some stained glass in it, and it was kind of a Mod Podge, I guess you might say. Hey, Sonia, I am so glad you're here, girl. Welcome, welcome. This is a wonderful group of ladies. You're just going to love us, and we're going to love you right back. Let's see. I want to get some real pretty bright yellow. I'm going to just do sort of a myriad of color. This is actually called dandelion yellow. It's pretty bright, and that's on purpose. I'm good with that. All right. What else do I want? I want a pretty bright green, I believe. This is called actually a Christmas green. And I'm not squeezing out very much at all, y'all. It's because it's just not going to take much to do what I'm wanting to do. Let's see here. And I'm going to show you. I just don't want to lay it on this. Let me see if I can slide this out of the way a little bit. Make sure there's nothing on the bottom of this plate. So this is kind of the color palette I'm putting together. I want to use, oh, this has never been opened. This is called Real Blue. Okay. Actually, it's a gloss. So that's going to give a little shine, and that's a good thing. And I've never used this bottle, so let me grab some scissors real quick. There we go. I'm telling y'all, I didn't really prep ahead because I didn't know what I was going to do. Just got to see what happens. Hi, Valeria. It's a coincidence you started painting. Really? That is amazing. Great minds think alike. How cool is that? All right. What other color do I want to put in? I need, let's see here. I'm thinking, Let me put in, this is kind of a strange color to use, but this is the ripe apricot I tell y'all about that I really like. Christine says happy birthday to Teresa. So does Rena. I'm just so glad all you guys are here. See, I'm just trying to get a good bright color going. Let's start here, and then after I lay this in, we'll see how it feels and go from there. So let me bring this a little bit closer again. And there again, if I don't like how it turns out, we're just going to paint over it and go to plan B, whatever that's going to be. We don't know. So let me start with some yellow. Oh, me, I don't even really know because I'm trying to remember. I'm dipping back into my memory banks of these windows, and I have very faint memories because I was a child. I'm just going to do some random stuff, y'all. I'm just going to lay this in. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this. I haven't figured it out. Hi, Erin. There's my daughter. Hi, sweetie. I'm glad to see you. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I'm just going to do, y'all are probably thinking, what is she doing? I'm telling y'all, I remember, I hope somebody else remembers this too, that there used to be stained glass, can't talk, that would have different shapes. Please tell me I'm not making this up. Maybe I dreamed it. I guess really stained glass can be whatever you want it to be, depending on the artist. Oh, good. Teresa remembers. Thank you. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind. That maybe I did just dream it. And it was almost like no one window was the same. You know, each window was unique. So that's given me some freedom just to kind of lay in these random shapes. Y'all, I really believe I'm going to put dogwood trees in this. I just feel it. I have to say, dogwoods are one of my favorite trees. And I've told y'all before, we have a lady down the road that has a dogwood tree that has both pink and white blooms in it. And I just admire it every year. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if they put, a white tree and a pink tree in the same hole when they planted it. I don't know, but it's beautiful. I would love to have one. Your mind is long gone. Oh, good. Teresa remembers. Thank you. The, the two Teresas who spell your name like me, y'all remember this too. Okay, I'm going to put in some blue next. And I'm thinking about how I want to do this. And y'all, I'm planning to go in between these and put like the black borders that they have in stained glass that separates it all. Someone suggested to me today to put some little lambs in here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. We're going to have to just see when we get there. So tell me, do you guys have a favorite artist, like a particular artist that you have collected their prints? Like, for example, sorry, um, I used to collect, I don't know if you've ever heard of Paula Vaughn. Her thing was quilts. She had quilts in all of her paintings. She was a wonderful artist. I don't know whatever happened to her. Um, but she was one that I collected her prints. I had several, and my mother had a couple. Mom's prints were more about like the seamstress themed. She the ones that she had by Paula Vaughn had like the dressmaker mannequin in it, and the dresses and the quilts were from, like, oh, settler period of time, even some Victorian. She was just wonderful. I need to look her up and see whatever happened to her. And Paul, let's see, what was her name? Not Paula. Lord, no. There's another artist that did real Americana kinds of paintings that had villages, and it's just always you always knew who that artist was just by looking at their work. I'm kind of liking this. Hope y'all don't think I've lost my marbles here. But like I said, y'all, my eyes just feel like they have sand in them and it's all allergies. It's all allergies. Norman Rockwell, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sonia. I'm glad. Oh, just me, Christine. Thomas Kincaid is a good one. Hi, Teresa McDaniel. How are you? Oh, good. Thank you, Valeria. Y'all, I'm so glad I'm not losing my mind here. Um, yes. Those are some good ones y'all have named. There's just certain pieces, when I would collect art, that they had to speak to my personality. Like, the reason I loved Paula Vaughn was the quilts, that she had in all her paintings, because my grandmother was a big quilter, and it just reminded me of my grandmother. Y'all, these little details are what sets a painting apart. So if you guys are painting, it's kind of a trick to get your brain to slow down and take note of these little details that just set it apart. But it's what makes it so special. And don't get in a hurry, enjoy the process. I think that's why I enjoy it, because it is an opportunity for me to slow down and kind of get lost in it. And it's so worth it. See a little place right through here. I just want to touch up the coverage and make this connection right here. Let's see. Let's go over this way. Make a little connection right there. I tell you what else I think of. See, all this just brings memories back. So it makes me think about my child's Bible that I had when I was little, and the illustrations in the Bible, my little children's Bible. Sonia says she loves quilts. They're a true work of art. Yes, ma'am, they certainly are. Your grandmother made some beautiful ones. Mine did too. Oh, Teresa, she's starting to collect Teresa Crane, she said. It just warms my heart. I'm going to put a little green right here, and then I'm going to go to another color. And we're just going to start to fill in and I'm trying not to have two of the same color right beside each other. I think it's going to look good. So I'm going to put in some of this orange. I think a lot of those illustrations in the Bibles were primarily watercolor renderings, and I just have some neat memories of my first little Bible. I wonder if I've still got that somewhere. I may have it in my cedar chest. It makes me kind of want to look for it. I love these bright colors too. So have you guys checked out my Etsy store with the other prints that are available? I know some of you have, but I just want to mention that because there was a question about if I would sell this one, and that I do have prints available. So if you're interested in something that I've painted, you can pick up those prints on my Etsy shop. And I want to mention that at the end of the month, I have a paint and create group that is closed right at the moment, but I'm going to open it back up at the end of the month. And I send you everything you need to complete 2 projects, and we just have a wonderful time sharing and just having community. And it has just been a blessing. It's almost like I need one more color. So I'm going to look and see what we need to do here. Let's see. I have a green, yellow. I'm kind of leaning toward a very, very soft pink. I'm talking very soft because I don't want it to be like pink. So here's a Coral Cove. I think I'm going to add that in because it won't be too bright, but it's going to give a different color in there. And the reason I want to do that is, like, for example, I have every single color exposed. So if I add one of these colors, it's not going to fit just right. Red or purple? Oh, Sonia, thank you. Thank you. You know, I hear that all the time, that it's relaxing to watch me paint. Um, Rachel says she used to collect Sam Butcher stuff. Oh, yes, Precious Moments. I forgot that was his name. Thank you. Girl, I have a ton of Precious Moments figurines that I thought about seeing if I could sell some of them that don't have personal meaning to me. But I do have some pieces that are collectibles that I probably will hang on to them. But I forgot his name was Sam Butcher. Wonder if he's still living. Almost have this stained glass windows done, y'all. I kind of like that. What do y'all think? And then I'm going to go in with a black, real thin, and put those dividing panes like you see in stained glass. And that will also make these colors pop even more. But that's kind of what it looks like right now. I kind of like it. Thank you, Teresa. I think y'all, if it's okay with y'all, I'm going to let this marinate tonight. Because I when I get ready to lay that black in, I don't want anything to bleed. I want it to be very precise, very thin. And I would feel better if this just really sets. Not only dries, but it sets. And my eyes are just really kind of killing me. I really need to go get some drops put in them. Just, allergies. My goodness. So, if that's okay with you guys, we're just going to kind of pause right here. Pick this back up tomorrow night, okay? All right. I really, really like these windows, though. Look at that. Oh, that just brings back memories, y'all. See if I can get this to come down a little bit. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, tomorrow night's Kingdom Woman. I won't be painting tomorrow night. We're having our Kingdom Woman. Yep, he is. Ever since I got to go visit the Precious Moments Chapel, I like to check and see. He's in his late 70s. Wow. Teresa, thank you so much. I appreciate you too, girl. Listen, y'all have a blessed evening. Get some good rest. Be good to yourself. Listen, I have a word of advice for y'all because I have been a wife and a mother. I used to be a wife. I'm not married anymore. But one of the things that I had to learn to do, and I keep bumping this, so sorry, is after my children grew up and I became an empty nester, I had to learn to take care of myself again. I had so many years of taking care of others. And so the way to take care of yourself is to be good to yourself. Find things that are good to you and do those things. Not that you have to be focusing so much on yourself that you ignore your spouse or your children if they're still home. But be good to yourself. Learn how to figure out what it is that makes you feel better, feel good, feel special, and be good to yourself. Okay. Get some rest. I will see y'all tomorrow evening, and y'all have an awesome day tomorrow. Okay. I love you guys. I appreciate you spending time with me, and I will see you all again very soon. Good night, y'all.